21 times.
Okay, so here's one way I do it. Like what is 4 times 5?
4 times 5 is 20.
20. And 4 times 6 is 24. Do you
Uh-huh.
see that 21 is between them?
Yeah.
So you want to find the one that's just a little bit smaller and then use the 5. So 4 goes in 5 times into 21.
Okay.
What is 5 times 4?
5 times 4 is 20.
So you put the 20 down here and then you subtract. Okay, what is 21 minus 20? I'm asking you, Zoe, what's 21 minus 20? So you can count, right?
0.
Nope. I mean, they're not the same. How do you go from 0 to 1?
We subtract it.
It's just 1. 21 minus 20. You have $21. You
Yeah.
buy something for $20 and you have $1 left over.
Oh.
Okay, and then you bring down the 0. So now it's 10 down here. So you ask yourself, how many times does 4 go into 10?
I have one question about that.
Yes.
Do we always have to put the 0 down?
You always have to bring the number down. Whatever the next number is, you bring it down.
What if it is like 0, like,
If it was 5, you'd bring a 5 down.
oh, okay.
Whatever that number is, you bring down.
Okay, got it.
So how many times does 4 go into 10? So here's the way to do it. I'm gonna snip in the multiplication table and also send you a link to this because you'll need it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the multiplication table, the way it works is you take the top number or the side number and like 4 times 6. You see where they meet. That's 24. Now for division, you either want to look at a column or a row. And it doesn't really matter, but which is easier for you, column or row?
Row.
Okay. It's interesting. Your brother liked columns. So the column, you look for where 10 is. Is 10 in this column? And you're like, no, but it's between 8 and 12. So you use the smaller number 2. So let me put in the chat a link to that reference sheet, and you can download it later on if you want. So 4 goes into 10 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. You subtract and get 2. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're not done. So there's really a decimal here after the 0. Yeah. And there's another 0 that goes here. There's also a decimal up here after the 2. So the decimals have to line up. So you bring this 0 down. So it's the same question now. How many times does 4 go into 20? So you go down to your chart here, and where's 20? Do you see how it's exactly there? So we go up to, if it's exactly there, you just go up to the number.
Okay.
And just to be clear, you like that this is called a row. The other one was a
Mm,
column.
yeah.
This is what you like. Okay. So 52.5.
Okay.
Any questions on that? We're going to do a bunch more together. I just,
Yeah. More. Yeah. It's just a little bit confusing, but
yeah.
maybe it'll help me when we get it together.
Okay. So we're going to divide, and again, you've got a decimal out here. So this is really the same as 6 divided by 0.75.
Mm-hmm.
And so since you need to move the decimal to the right 2 places, you're going to also do the same on the 6. So the 6 also moves to the right 2 places. So this becomes 600 divided by 75. So it's 75 out here, 600 in here. So this one's a little bit harder because it's 2 digits on the outside, which I can see why that would be very challenging. But you can do this. So does 75 go into 6?
No.
Does 75 go into 60?
Yeah.
It does not. It's bigger. 75 is bigger than 60. So notice in the previous problem, let's go back and look at the previous problem. Do you see how 4 was smaller than 21?
Yeah.
And then 4 was smaller than the 10?
Yeah.
And 4 was smaller than the 20. So you have to go until you're smaller in this problem. So 75 is not smaller than 6.
Mm-mm.
It's not smaller than 60, but it is smaller than 600.
Yeah.
Now my multiplication table does not go up to 75. So you have to make some guesses. Okay. And like, for example, 75 times 10 is 750. Okay. So that's too big, but we can go backwards. Okay. So times 9. Yes, you could multiply this, but you're also just subtracting a 75 each time from this. So that becomes 675. And then 75 times 8, you're going to subtract 75 again from this, which is exactly 600. So how many times does 75 go into 600?
75.
We've got it right over here, Zoe. Okay, 75
Oh,
times 8.
600?
Yeah, so we're like making, no, 75 times 8 is 600.
Yeah.
How many times does 75 go into 600? It's this number
8.
here, 8 times.
8.
What is 75 times 8?
75 times 8.
It's right over here. Like we write these numbers so that we have them when we need them for this table.
600.
Yes. So you put 600 below, subtract, and that's 0. And that means you're done.
I have one question about this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Are you always going to put the, like, the multiplication, like what you did on the
Over here to the
right?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do that when you don't have a table.
Oh, okay.
So like I started doing that in this first problem and I realized, well, maybe she just needs to look at our multiplication table. It'll make sense in the next one.
My table goes all the way to like 12.
Okay. I always thought 15 was worth going up to, but you can use whatever you want. of course. Now there are shortcuts to what we're doing. It's just that I'm showing you like the general way to do this. So let me make up another problem here before we move on to something else. Let's go 0.3 into 12.6. Okay, so this is the same as saying 12.6 divided by 0.3.
Okay.
So just like we did in the first problem, you have to move the decimal place.
Mhm.
All right, so we're going to move the decimal place to the right for both. You have to do it the same in both. This is really 126 divided by 3.
We always have to move it one time or
Well, it depends on the problem. So you want them both to be whole numbers is the point. You don't want to be dealing with one decimal and one fraction.
yeah.
There's an exception to this, but it's not worth bringing up right now. So this is more of the long division like I was doing with your brother, but it applies to your problem here.
Mhm.
Does 3 go into 1?
No.
No. Does 3 go into 12? Yes, 3 is less than 12, so it goes into 12. But how many times?
Walton? Oh no, wait.
Go to your multiplication table,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll snip it in again here. So what you want to do is go to that row with a 3.
Oh, so 36?
You're not multiplying. You're going to the row with the 3, and you're looking for 12. There's 12 in that row.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's exactly in there, so you go up to 4. 3 times 4 gets you to 12. It's like 12 is the answer, and you're trying to figure out what number gets you to 12.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 4 goes there. 4 times 3 is?
4 times 3, 12.
Okay, so you subtract and you get a 0. So you bring down the 6. And then you ask yourself, how many times does 3 go into 6?
3 into 6.
So you look for 6 in that row now.
And we go up,
You choose the number, yeah,
so it's 2.
2, like that. Okay, let's look at another problem here. Divide 2, so it's 5.6 divided by 2. Where's the decimal on 2?
To the left? Or
To the right of 2. Okay, so which way do we move the decimal in this problem?
to the
To the right.
right?
Yep, to the right, and we move it one time for each. So in that empty position, you put a 0 in. So this is really 56 divided by
12, 20.
20. So the 20 goes on the outside. 56 goes on the inside. Now 20 is a big number, but it's not too bad. And that this is one of those you could do another way, but we'll work on it like this. Excuse me. So does 20 go into 5?
No.
No. But does 20 go into 56?
Yes.
Yes. So you could do this. So you could be like, all right, 20 times 1 is 20, and 20 times 2 is 40, and 20 times 3 is 60, and so on, right?
Yeah.
But you have to find the number that it falls between. So what number does it fall between?
Like
56. It's between 40 and 60. Think of your table. Your table, it's like your multiplication table has a 40 and a 60 in it.
So yeah, like around the 30.
No, these two numbers are between it. So it's between 2 and 3. So you choose the smaller number.
2.
2. Okay, what is 2 times 20?
2 times 20, 40.
40. Then you subtract. What is 56 minus 40?
10.
It's not,
Oh,
it's
no. 16.
16. Okay. And then you can bring down 0 because it's really 0.0.
Mhm.
So you bring that 0 down. You put a decimal up here with your answer. Now, how many times does 20 go into 160?
20.
You're just guessing. So like you have to keep going on this list here. 20 times 4 is 80. 20
Mhm.
times 5 is 100. 20 times 6 is 120. 20 times 7 is 140. 20 times 8 is 160. So there we have it. So how many times does 20 go into 160?
8.
8 times, yeah. Okay, so the 8 goes after the decimal, 2.8. And 8 times 20 is 160. All right, I see we really should spend a little time on some long division. Well, I guess we'll keep doing this. So I hate giving you more rules, but this probably will help us here. In a bunch of the previous problems, I've been putting the numbers off to the side. Like I would say, oh, it's 46.2 divided by 14. And then we would move the decimal.
Yeah.
So you don't need to do that, but the reason you don't need to do that is when the decimal is inside the house. So when the
Mhm.
decimal is inside the house, you actually don't need to do it, but your answer has a decimal up here at the top. So this is a little bit different. So, but it's the same type of question. So it's like, how many times does 14 go into 4?
Go into 4.
Does
14.
14 is bigger than 4. So it does not go into 4. But does it go into 46?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this one is in your multiplication table. So you go to your multiplication table
Mhm.
and you look for the 14
14.
and you look for 46 in that row. Is 46 in that row exactly?
No.
But it's between 42 and 56.
Yeah.
So you choose the smaller number. What's the smaller number?
4, 3.
3. So it goes in 3 times. What is 3 times 14?
3 times 14.
It's in your table. 14 times 3, 3 times 14.
42.
Yes. Do you see though it's in your table?
Yeah.
You figure out like which one it is, but then you reuse it. It's 42. Now you subtract. What is 46 minus 42?
4.
4. And then you bring down the next number 2.
So 42.
Yeah. So then you restart. He's like, all right, how many times does 14, how many times does this 14 on the left go into this number down here in the bottom, 42? So is 42 in this row down here with 14?
Yeah.
Okay, how many times does it go into 42?
3.
3 times. Yeah, you find the number that it goes into. 3 times 14 is 42. You subtract and get 0. Questions on that?
No.
Okay. Okay, let's do another one here. So let's say I wanted you to do 5 outside the house, 9.8 inside the house. Okay.
Yeah.
So I said this before, when the number on the outside is a whole number, that's good. Number on the inside, when it's a fraction, when it's a decimal, you can just keep it. That means your answer has a decimal right up there, right above it. Okay.
Mhm.
So how many times does 5 go into 9?
5.
So here's 5 in your table.
Mhm.
Is 9 in there exactly?
No.
Okay, what two numbers is 9 between?
5 and 10.
Okay, so you choose the smaller number
5, 1.
1 time. So you put a 1 there, 1 above the 9. Now what is 1 times 5?
1,
1
5.
times 5, good. And then you subtract. What is 9 minus 5?
9 minus 4.
4. Bring down the 8.
48.
48. So now you got to ask the same question. Say, okay, well, how many times does 5 go into 48?
1 time.
You got to find 48 on your table here.
48.
What two numbers is it between?
40. 50.
48, right? 48. Which two numbers is it between?
55 and 50. 45, sorry. 50.
Okay. And then you choose the smaller number, which is
9.
9. Okay. Take 9 and multiply it by 5. What is that?
Take 9. Wait, what was it?
9 times 5.
5 times 45.
45. And then you subtract.
Okay. 3.
3. Okay, now you can always add a 0 here, so we're going to bring the 0 down.
30.
Yeah, does 5 go into 30? How many times does 5 go into 30?
5 going to 30.
There's 30 in this row here.
Yes. So 6.
6, perfect. Okay. We'll definitely need to look at this topic again next week and get it down. But that is it for us, Zoe. Thank you so much for letting me help you. Please let your brother know that I'm ready for him, and we'll get started.
I have a question.
Sure.
Can we work on, well, not really a question, but can we work on this next Monday?
Yes, that's the plan.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
of course.
Hello?
Hey, Michael, how are you today?
Good.
It's great to hear. How's school going?
Good.
Excellent. Looks like you're still exploring large numbers in your math class. Do you have a notebook to take some notes for today to work on some problems with me?
Yes.
That's very hesitant. Do you have one in front of you and a pencil and paper?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Okay. It does not look like you've done, well, let me just click the, looked like it was the same assignment as last time. Let me just take a look at these. Okay. Yeah, it looks like these are some of the same problems. That's okay. We'll just work through them here. All right. So we're doing some rounding. All right, here we go. It says, could you read this out loud for us?
What is 528,492 rounded to the nearest 1,000?
Very good. Very good. You said that number perfectly. And we want to round to the nearest 1,000. So which number is in the thousands position out of these 6 numbers? Which is in the thousands position?
8.
It's the 8. That's very good. Okay, so to figure out the nearest 1,000, you write the number up to the digit that you're rounding to, and then you put zeros after it. And that's the number you're going to use if you round down. Okay, now if you're going to round up, you have to add 1,000 to it. When you add 1,000 to it, it becomes 529,000. So those are your only possible answers, Michael. There's no other possibility between, except for 528,000, 529,000. You got it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, which number do you look at to decide whether to round up or down?
The one to the right.
To the right, which is a 4. So you round down when you have a 0, a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4, and you round up for a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, or a 9. So are you rounding this one up or down?
Down.
Down. So what is your correct answer for this one?
528,000.
Yes, that is correct. Very good. All right, you ready to look at another question?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What is 385,734 rounded to the nearest 10,000? 10,000 this time, okay? So which digit, Michael, is in the 10,000 position?
Then 8.
The 8, very good. Okay, now you start by writing the numbers from left to right until you get to that digit that you're talking about, and then you fill in the rest with zeros.
Okay.
Okay, and then that's if you're going to round down. To figure out the rounding up, you have to add the decimal, you have to add the position. So if it's 10,000, you're going to add 10,000 to this number, which becomes 390,000. And that's if you're rounding up. So those are your only 2 possible answers. Okay. Now, which digit do you look at to decide whether to round up or down?
The one to the right.
Okay, and what is that? What is that digit to the right?
5.
5. So you do round this up or down?
Up.
Up. So your answer is 390,000.
6.
390,000. I heard you say 6. Where did that come from?
Because I thought it was supposed to be the 5 up.
Well, it does it, but it's the digit over to the left. That's why I've been going through this, like what the numbers are, the answers. You're either rounding down or up to these 2 numbers. The 5 goes to a 0. The one you're round, the one to the right always goes to a 0. Everything to the right always goes to a 0.
Okay.
Okay, let's look at another problem here together. Could you read this one out loud for us?
What is 468,839 rounded to the nearest 100,000?
Good. So what digit is in the hundred thousands position?
4.
4. So everything to the right of 4 is going to be a 0. See how everything to the right of 4 is a 0?
Yes.
Okay. And then if you're rounding up, you add 100,000 to it. So when you add 100,000, it's 500,000. So you're right. You do go to this 6. Okay. You do go to this 6, but do you round up or down based on the 6?
Up.
Up. So which number are you going to choose? 400,000 or 500,000?
500.
Right. That's correct. So see how that 6 went to a 0, but we increased the 4 to a 5?
Yes.
Okay. Great. Okay, so let's look at it. We're gonna switch gears here. We're gonna switch into a different type of problem. I'll help you work through this. All right, so I'm gonna read it here. It says, in which number does the digit 3 have a value that is 10 times as great as the value of the digit 3 in 143,728? Now that's a little bit confusing. I want you to look at this number right here that I'm circling. Do you see the 3 right there?
Yes.
What position it is in? What place is that? Is it in the ones place, the tens place? What place is that in?
Thousands.
Thousands. Very good. Okay. So 10 times as great, 10 times as great means the 10,000s. Do you see that? 10 times as great as thousands is 10,000s.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to snip in the answers. So, and then I'm going to do the following. I'm going to underline the 3 in each number. So there's a 3, there's a 3, there's a 3, and there's a 3. We want the 3 that's in the 10,000s position. Which one has a 3 in the 10,000s position?
1.
Letter A. Yeah, the first one there. Perfect. Very good. All right, I'm going to snip in the next question here. Could you read this out loud for us, please?
In numbers, does the digit 8 have a value that is 10 times as great as the value of the digit 8 in the number 178,640?
Good. Now this number right here, there's the 8. What's the place value of the 8? What is the place value of the 8?
1,000.
Thousands. So we want the one that's 10 times as great. So that means we want 10,000s.
Okay.
So now I'm going to snip in the answers, and we're going to underline the value of 8 in all of them. So we have 8, 8, 8, and 8. We want the one that has an 8 in the 10,000s position. Which one has an 8 in the 10,000s position, Michael?
E,
Which one?
E,
B. So the 8 and B is in the thousands position.
okay.
Do you have another answer for me?
A,
Letter A. Yes. Okay. We're going to switch to a new topic now with the time we've got left. And these are just a couple of practice problems for you to start with. Do you remember how to add two numbers like this? Do you remember how to start a problem like this if you were asked to add 584 and 726?
no.
So you write them vertically. Now the order of the numbers does not matter. Which one's on top, which one's on the bottom. What is 4 plus 6, Michael?
12,
Try again. You're adding. What is 4 plus 6, Michael?
10,
10. So you put a 0 down here with a carry of 1. And you're adding vertically. What is 8 plus 2?
16,
You're adding, Michael. Adding. 8 plus 2.
10,
10. And then you add the carry, which is a 1. Okay, so that makes 11. So you put a 1 here with a carry of 1. What is 5 plus 7?
12,
Okay, plus the 1 is 13. Okay, so do you see how we add those vertically?
yes.
Okay. Let's try another problem here. We're going to review how to subtract. So for subtraction, the order does matter. The order definitely matters. You put the first number on top and the second number on the bottom.
Okay.
Okay. Now the problem is with this one is smaller than the 8. Do you see that?
Yes.
So you have to borrow from the 3. So that 3 becomes a 2, and you put another 1 with this one, making 11.
Okay.
I hope you've seen this before. I don't remember if we've done it, but it is something you've seen.
Okay.
Okay, so what is 11? What is 11 minus 8? 11 minus 8.
3,
3, very good. What is 2? This 2 up here minus another 2.
0,
0. What is 7 minus 4?
3,
3, very good. All right, is that kind of comfortable?
sort of.
Sort of, okay. Yeah, so we're going to move to some of your problems for this new assignment. So we're going to add a little bit larger numbers, but it's the same process, okay?
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to count how many digits each has. So the 703,382, it's got 6 digits. Okay. 18,725 has 5 digits. Okay, so when you write them, okay, you have to line up the ones position. Do you see how the ones have to line up? That 5 has to go underneath the 2,
Yes.
and then the 2 has to go underneath the 8. So you almost write it from right to left if you want, but you have to get them to line up correctly.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to add vertically. add vertically here. What's 2 plus 5?
7,
7. 8 plus 2?
10,
Okay, the carry of 1. What is 3 plus 7?
10,
Plus the 1 is 11. What is 3 plus 8?
12,
11 plus the 1 is 12. Good. Carry of 1. What is 1 plus 0 plus 1?
1,
1 plus 0 plus 1. Try again.
2,
2. And when there's nothing to add, you just bring the number down.
3,
Any questions on that?
no,
Okay, let's try another one here. Okay, we want to add these numbers. So they've already set it up for us, Michael. What is 4 plus 5?
10,
Nope.
9,
What is 9? What is 7 plus 2?
excuse me,
I'm asking you to keep adding here. What is 7 plus 2?
9,
Okay. What is 8 plus 8?
16,
Okay. What goes in this box up here? What is the carry?
1,
1. So now you just add 1 plus 5 plus 2 is
8,
8. Very good. Is this difficult?
sort of,
Okay. All right, let's have you try one here. I'll help you set it up. So again, I mentioned you got to get the numbers to line up here. 12,632, and then it's only 4,395 here. So I want you to try adding this up for me, please. How are you doing on this one, Michael?
good,
Okay. Do you need a little bit more time to give me the answer?
no,
Okay. What is your answer?
1,000,
Just give me the digits. What's the first digit?
1,
Okay.
6,
Okay, there's a problem there. So let's start over. Okay, what is 2 plus 5?
8,
Nope.
7,
7. What is 3 plus 9?
12.
Okay, so you put a 2 with a carry of 1. What is 1 plus 6 plus 3?
8.
1 plus 6 plus 3 is not 8.
Nine.
You're just guessing, Michael. I mean, 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. So put a 0 here, carry of 1. 1 plus 2 plus 4 is
7.
7. Good. And then you bring the 1 down. Okay. So we did do a bunch of problems from your assignments. So you may want to check the notes and compare them to what you've got in your assignment there, so you can enter those answers in. But that is going to do it for us today, Michael. I thank you for letting me help you today, and I'll see you next week. I hope you have a great rest of your week and weekend.
You too.
Okay,
Bye.
bye now.